A new administration could mean a new look at your investments. Our friend Chase Wilsey, VP of Wilsey Asset Management, is here to explain. Oh, there's so many questions. I don't even know where to begin. We're going to have a change in president. What does that mean for money?
You know, I always tell people the election is maybe one of the most emotionally driven decisions that we make with our investments. And it happens again every 4 years where it's like, oh my gosh, there's a new president. What are we going to do? And or actually many times it revolves around the election. Now that we know the president, people feel a little bit more confident in the decision making that they'll do. But it's just so many emotions that are tied into it. And I always tell people the principles of investing, buying good quality companies at fair prices for the long term, shouldn't matter who's in the Oval Office. It will change what those companies might have in earnings going forward, but the principles of investing shouldn't change that much just because of the change of administration.
Right after the election, Raul and I were sitting right here and we saw a huge rally on the market. So what do those types of numbers mean when we see that?
You know, that's always something that I tell people. If you hadn't been investing, you were sitting in cash, that's why you don't do it, because you never know what's going to happen. You want to find, again, good quality companies that you can hold regardless of who's president. But now that it has happened, I tell people, be a little bit patient here, because now you've seen things shoot way up. You've maybe seen other things fall back down. We don't really know exactly what the policies are going to look like. We've started to see some new cabinet members coming in. I believe the House of Representatives still doesn't have a decisive answer of what that'll look like next year as well. So we don't necessarily know exactly what policy will look like. I'll say there's a lot of euphoria and a lot of kind of overreaction that will occur, I think, over the next couple months as well.
Are there areas that might have problems under a new administration?
There's a couple that I'm really kind of keeping an eye on, but again, I'm not going to make any major decisions now. I'll wait till next year. One of the big ones that I think is going to be quite interesting to watch and see is healthcare and kind of the food system. Obviously, you know, RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he's been a big part of kind of the Trump campaign, and he's been very critical of, number one, our food system, and number two, a lot of vaccine companies. I don't think the group is going to be necessarily uninvestable, but I do want to see a little bit more of what his plans may look like, as there could be some hits to earnings, there could maybe be some big kind of unknowns that occur with those healthcare companies that could ding those shares. So it's something that I'm watching maybe in 2025 that you should keep an eye on, whether that means that's a buying opportunity or you should sell and get out of those companies.
What about green energy? What's going to happen to that?
I mean, that's another one that there's a lot of big question marks. And I think this could really present a good buying opportunity next year. The Trump campaign, they've talked a lot about their dislike of the Inflation Reduction Act, which gave a lot of credits to green energy. It also kind of really put a dent on that space, and I don't think green energy is going to go away, which is why I think next year there could be some opportunities. I do want to see more about if that Inflation Reduction Act gets repealed, though, because it could bring down some earnings for those businesses. But if you look at like solar stocks, for example, they've just been decimated after the election. I think if they continue to fall, we get a little bit more clarity on those businesses. If you can find good green energy companies that are profitable, have clean balance sheets, one that I'm kind of interested in is First Solar. I think that could be maybe a buying opportunity in 2025 if things still shake out properly.
We have about a month and a half left of 24. We go into 25. We're going to have a new president. Any other advice that you could offer people as we get to the end of the year, which, by the way, is also a time that people spend way too much money as well?
You know, as I said, the main principles of investing shouldn't change. You should still be keeping your eye out for good quality companies. The big piece of advice I would have is don't be too quick into jumping into things. Don't chase these trends. Don't sell companies because, oh my gosh, you're worried about something that might happen. Be patient. You're going to find out a little bit more information. I'd rather maybe miss some things than jump into something on a hope that maybe something happens and then it doesn't.
And then it doesn't.
Wait for the information before you make any firm decisions there.
That's good advice across the board in your life, right?
We're trying to make it, you know, it doesn't just apply to investing, you know, it's life advice, right?
Take a deep breath. Don't jump into everything so fast. Chase Wilsey, always good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.